pretend that you're a teacher. And you're fixing to start your math lesson, and a kid looks up at you and goes, "I hate word problems." 60-second group discussion. Why do you think that kid said that? Go. Okay. Let's see. Give me group 6. Tell me one reason.
He doesn't pay attention. We think that he just doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah, maybe they finds them tough, maybe finds them hard. All right, now I want you to imagine you're the teacher. Okay? 30 seconds. What would you tell the kid? Go. Alright. How about group 3? Alright, here's the thing. Our lesson today is going to have to do with word problems. Okay? Now, there's 3 things I want you to be able to do by the end of this lesson. I want you to be able to say, I can solve word problems involving distance. I want you to be able to say, I can convert between units of measurement. Raise your hand if you can tell me what the word convert means. Yes. Connect, okay. Let me use it in a sentence. I converted my scooter into a skateboard by taking the handlebars off. What does convert mean? Yes, ma'am. Change, yeah. I also want you to be able to say, I can find and use linear measurement to compare results. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 3 trials for the 3 dictionaries. What you're going to do, you're going to take your car and you're going to set it at the top of your track. Okay? When I say go, you're going to let go of the car and you're going to let it roll down the track. What you're then going to do is you're going to measure and tell me in inches, on the inches side of your yardstick, how far the car is going to go. Now before we do that, I want you to make a prediction. There you go. Okay, now, if you look, your next column says feet and inches. Now everybody's car rolled over a foot. Now we have the hard part. You have to change your measurement in inches into feet and inches. Now, 30 seconds. What's the first thing I need to know before I can do that? Go. Okay. What did you come up? What do you think?
How many inches in a foot?
Right. As a group, I want you to figure out how many feet and inches you have. You can use any strategy you want. I need you to work together. If you do any work on paper, if you do any kind of computation or draw pictures or whatever, I want you to do that on the back of your sheet so that when you turn it into me, I can see what you did. Ready? Go.
This whole thing is 1 yard. Yeah, but this is there's 3
Okay, everybody. Now here's a hard question. It's going to be a 30-second group discussion. Tell me which of these groups had the best strategy for making that conversion. Go. All right, now. What group wants to answer that question? Yes, ma'am. You think their group? Very good. Why? Okay, he says multiplication because it's faster and easier. Yes, ma'am.
I really liked how they did it because mostly whenever they multiplied and counted up, they mostly get the answer correctly.
Very good. Go ahead. Ashton?
Ow.
You think yours? All right.
Because Dylan, he he counted up to 12 and added 12 again and got 24 and counted to 33 and he got 9. And that's how many inches we got first.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here's one more hard question. I had two groups actually take the yardstick themselves and actually take their finger and count up, okay, to find the feet in inches. 20-second group discussion. What's the drawback of that? In real life, what would the drawback of that be? Everywhere you go. Do you, raise your hand if you're going to carry a yardstick to recess today. Okay. Yes, sir. Lesson.
It might not be long.
Might not be long enough. Yeah. Eyeballs. He just made a great point. I want to make sure everybody hears it. He said it might not be long enough. What if what you're measuring is longer than the yardstick? And I think we might get to that here in a minute. Everybody put two dictionaries together on top of each other. Two dictionaries on top of each other. Let's go. Ready? Go. Okay, how did you come up with your prediction?
I thought it'd be twice as much.
I love that. Did y'all hear what he said? He thought it would be twice as much. Now, Reed, don't tell people how you came up with twice as much. 30-second group discussion. Why did he pick twice as much? Go. Why did you? Yes, ma'am?
Twice the height?
Yeah, because you doubled your height. So it makes sense you might double your distance. I want you to do your conversion, but you can use any strategy you want, except you cannot use your fingers to count on your yardstick this time. Go.
I'm going to cry.
How'd you do it?
Hey, since he got 64 inches, I decided to multiply until I got to the closest number to 64. And I counted how many 5 multiplications to the 12 was, and that's how many feet it was, and then how many inches were left over that couldn't be over from the multiplication.
That's a great way to do it. Good job. Now, guess what? She multiplied and then counted the leftovers. Okay? Listen. When y'all, and there are several groups that did that, and that's an awesome way to do it. But do you realize, look at what she just said. She said she multiplied 5 times 12 and got 60. Okay? And then she counted up her leftovers. Alright? How many inches are in a foot? Well,
12.
I'm sorry, how many inches did you have? How many inches was yours? 64. I'm sorry, I wrote that wrong. Okay? 64 divided by 12. What times 12 gets me close to 64, did you say? 5. 5 times 12 is 60. If I subtract, I get a 4. So there's my leftover inches, and there's my feet. Do y'all know that when you're multiplying, okay, when you're multiplying and then counting up to your leftovers, really, you're dividing and just looking at the remainder. That's what you're doing. And division is another great strategy for solving these. Okay, this group over here.
Earlier when we rolled it, I saw that it went 1 yard and 25 inches. So there are 3 feet in the yard, and so I added the extra 2 feet, and I got 1 left over.
Okay, now try it. Got it? Okay, good. There you go.
It's about 2 yards, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
That was actually 7 inches. I got it right. 15. 7 feet. And 3 inches. 3 inches. Yeah. You added all right. What'd you get? Everybody's I subtracted 82 minus 5 and I got 8. You are right. My prediction, I took
5 balls. Fist to 5. How much more time do you need?
0. 3, 4, 4, 4. 0.
All right, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Go. Okay. Raise your hand if your group this time used a different strategy than you did before. Good. Very good. See? That's a great thing. It means you're learning. It means you're figuring out different ways. Because you know what? There's lots of different ways to do math problems. And sometimes what's great for this group might not be great for that group. Okay? Now, let me challenge you a little bit. Everybody, she said that because it was over 1 yard, she couldn't multiply. 30-second group discussion. Is that true? And if it is true, or if it's not true, be able to tell me why. Go. Task record sheet. There's a question. And the question says, out of all the strategies we discussed today, which is the best for you and why? Okay? Now, that's you personally. You're not working as a group on this, okay? Do it yourself. Give me a paragraph that answers that question. Ready? Go. Okay, everybody, let's talk about what we did today. All right, now look, we said we were going to do 3 things. All right, 1, it says that we can solve word problems involving distance. Now, let me ask you, though, did you see a word problem? Yes, no? Okay, look, y'all, here's the thing. Yes, you did. I just didn't write it out in sentences. That's what I need y'all to understand, and that's why kids have such a problem with word problems. The only thing a word problem is a representation of something in real life. Y'all solved real life problems, and that's all a word problem is. Okay, and I think if you'll start to be able to, when you read sentences, picture what's happening in real life, you won't be that kid that we talked about at the beginning of class that says, I hate word problems, because you'll understand it, because you'll be able to see it in your mind. Yes, y'all solved word problems. They just weren't written out, okay? So y'all are actually really, really good at solving word problems. And some of you may not have even known it. Also, make sure you write your first and last name at the top of your paper. Here's what I want you to do now with your exit ticket. If there's any of these 3 I can statements that you think that maybe that you need some more work on, that you're not quite sure if you actually can say one of these sentences, write that down on your exit ticket. If there's something new that you learned or something that you think you can actually do a lot better now, let me know on that exit ticket. Also, if there's anything that we could have done to make this lesson better, where you could understand it better, write it on the exit ticket. And listen, I need you to be honest, because it helps me plan better lessons for you all.